Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo. Thank you ever so very much for joining me. Fair warning, today's episode is going to be a bit shorter than normal. It's the last one I'm recording today, but I just have to do just one more episode. Fantastic. So this percentage here, 12%, I'm guessing that's the total amount that's ever been generated, and the 1.8 is the actual current amount. Oh no, that's the we have generated amount. So it's actually 12% right now. Is that right? Like it's difficult to tell because these numbers don't add up to 12. So I am confused. But hey ho. We can modify the government. We should do so. We do need Himmler back, but in this spot. But I think we'll do that later. For now, a domestic minister. I think I can get... There was someone good in here, wasn't there? He's rubbish. He's rubbish. He's okay. Right, yeah, we established these guys are only actually good. Well, he's good. Why didn't I like him? Oh, the rouge will pop down. But that puts us down to 1.3%. We're having no issues with manpower right now. And he's so good on other stuff. Monthly population up. And the consumer goods down. Yeah, give me him. The Minister for Agriculture and something. What is it? Farming. That makes a lot of sense now I think about it. Cool. So we'll put him in there. Seems good to me. Our men are winging their way over to Japan, but we won't be paying them a huge amount of attention once they arrive. They're probably mostly going to play a defensive role on the front, is my suspicion. There they go, arriving. And we're going to send them Rommel. Sorry, not Rommel there. We're going to send them Guderian to actually lead them. And Rommel to be there. Oops. There we go. Rommel to be there. Dude. So, my men, you guys are going to go ahead and just line up here, ready for them to break across the front, and then just generally get involved, basically, is my plan for these guys. They're suddenly low on strength, of course. We will put these guys, because we've just obviously just made those huge changes to infantry divisions, we'll put them as the highest priority reinforce units, so they get the equipment ahead of our other divisions, which are all going to get badly inexperienced, by the way, of course. That's fine. We can work with that as we go. We're going to try and keep it at speed 5 for the Spanish War, so that this doesn't take too long. I know in my previous series I got a lot of complaints about that. 3 civilian factories, well, now that means we finished all that infrastructure, but not all of the stuff. Right, because this was getting upgraded by the focus. I would like a storage of everything. At least a little. So let's build that first. And then I would like quite a few light aircraft factories. We're going to build them first in the cheap areas. And once you've done that, give me a couple of synthetic factories in the highest infrastructure areas first. And once you've done that, get back to me, and I'll have a new task for you. So these infantry over in China, let's take a little bit of control of them, shall we? They are involved in defense. That's fine. That's the ideal. Let's just operate on the defensive here, if at all possible. Get lots of arm experience for less casualties. It's always nice. Could wait for a planning bonus, but let's not. Let's just press on in. Now, one option, of course, is just to activate a battle plan. I really don't want to do that. One option is just to not do this at all. But look how much army experience we're getting for this. It's so valuable to do this. Oh, ho, ho. We might have enough naval experience for our cruisers. Our glorious torpedo raiding cruisers. But I don't think we do. Let's wait till we get about 65. There's that plane. I want to immediately invent the next one. It's ahead of time, but I'm going to do it. Just save on production efficiency. I'm not going to switch yet to the new one. I'm actually going to wait until we invent the next one and then switch at that point immediately to a variant, thereby maximizing the amount of production efficiency we actually retain. Oh, Japanese. What are you doing? You got yourselves encircled down here. Come now. It's embarrassing. Shameful display, I dare say. Alright. We will, I think, exercise our subs. Let's see, because the subs in base game, they have terrible reliability. Yeah, they have terrible reliability here. Let's see if they break. Because, I mean, it would be nice to have some slightly more veteran guys. I suppose the defense value on the subs is more valuable than I give it credit for, actually, because it will help them against enemy planes, is when that's really important. Our economic minister, the illustrious Halmar Schlacht. Halmar Schlacht. I think I put him in charge. Did I put him in charge? I think I did. Has been seriously criticizing Goering's plan of late. He must be removed. His expertise is too valuable to lose. Well, he cost me 150 to put in place. I would replace him with Frupt, who's basically just the same. They are the same person. Let's. He just cost 200 though. No, I'm prepared to spend 50 to keep him. It's a 100-point swing. I'm prepared to spend 100 to keep him rather than spend 200. Yeah, you're basically spending 100 to keep him, or like 200, no, 350. Yeah, we should keep him. That's fine. Hopefully that doesn't cause bad events later down the line. It might, but I'm not aware that it does. I'm getting really nervous about people disliking me. The fact that I'm fighting in China again. Look, we are. We're not going to be over here for very long, and the time that we do spend here is very valuable, and the time is still passing in the background. Give me that Reichsautobahn, please. I want to get that infrastructure nice and capped out over there. Should be lovely. What else are we looking at? Fuel is just about capped out now, which is nice. Let's see how many of these guys are already badly damaged. None so far, actually. That's great. Computing's done. Nice. Is there any more tech I want in here urgently? Ahead of time on the computing machine. Let's let this research bar fill up, and then we'll go ahead of time on the computing machine. With this many slots, extra research bonus I think is even more valuable to get. So we'll work on that. Look how fast we're getting out of experience. It's so valuable. I think we now have enough naval experience. Today is the day, my friends. Today is the day. We're going to build the wonderful cruiser hull with the glorious torp heavy. Well, actually, could we get better better guns? I feel like we should have better guns on this thing. No, they're way ahead of time. The dual purpose we could get for it. Which do these go on? Those are interwar dual purpose. No, I don't think we need dual purpose. What we need, really, is better AA, but that doesn't come for a while. Yeah, we'll build it with what we've got. I really want to build it, apart from anything else. So, here it is. It's going to have this... we're going to go with a steam engine. We were going with 60,000. Let's try 70,000, but we'll play with that once we finish putting on the rest of the stuff. We were going to go with 113mm belt armor. That's the sides. And then 50mm deck armor for a 10 armor value overall. We're just going to have 6 main batteries. They will be low caliber interwar batteries. Nice. And even if someone was using... Yeah, okay. So if someone used... How is this different? Oh, okay. We can choose if they're heavy guns or light guns. Well, obviously we want light guns. So it's worth noting that if someone came at us with even a... Oh, no. Okay, it's just the caliber that determines it. So if someone came at us with a 203mm gun, they would pierce our armor. In fact, if they came at us with a 152mm gun, they would pierce our armor. So we should make our armor slightly thicker. And it doesn't matter what caliber they are, right? The piercing value should stay the same. Yeah, okay. So we should make our armor slightly thicker, such that it's capable of not being pierced by a 152cm gun. There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Now... we will be able to... we won't be able to resist capital ship armaments. But that's just unreasonable to expect us to be able to resist that. But light ship armaments won't pierce our armor. Excellent. We're still going to go with the light armament there. We will throw on a serious number of high caliber, high angle batteries. No aircraft fire control system just yet. Direct to fire, because it's cheap and we might as well get what we can out of our light caliber guns. No radar just yet. I should look into doing maybe radar research, but I think we can't get it yet. I don't really want an aircraft facility, so I'm going to throw on the depth charge thrower at the front. And then we're going with just an ungodly quantity, not of heavy, of great torpedo launchers. Look at these absolute beasts. And then we'll get some anti-aircraft guns and some sonar so they can also fight enemy subs effectively as well. It does slow them down. It's relatively expensive. There we go. This is, without a doubt, I mean, we'll call it a screen. This would also function fairly well as a screen, even if the guns, I'd rather have a few more of them, perhaps, on a screen. It costs 5,000. It's not insignificant. This is a 1934. 34? Let's just check on that. It's 19... It's 1930 cruiser hull. That's what we're looking at here. Yeah, 1930 cruiser. Let's spell that right, shall we? Cruiser, like that. C-R-U-I-S-E-R. C-R-U-I-S-E-R. Yes, indeed. Fabulous. This is a 1940 cruiser. This is our Raider class. Raider class. Nice. And it's got 30 speed. What about... I mean, it costs 5,100, 30 speed. What about if I just threw on like a ridiculous engine, like a 140,000? It's a huge cost increase, just a staggering cost increase. It's much lower reliability. So 70,000 horsepower. What about if we reduced it? What about if we looked at it in the other direction? If we went with a 40, we could make them so much cheaper. At 26 knots. But at 30 knots, they're going to be so hard to spot, is what I'm thinking. So what about the diesel engine? Let's make the direct comparison. Oh, we don't quite have enough naval experience to actually save this, darn it. It's 22 fuel usage, 30 knots, 149 strength. If we put on a 70,000 diesel engine, more strength, more fuel use, more reliability, less manpower. Oh. Okay, the diesel adds range. So it's got to be diesel. Right? If we have diesel, could we go with a medium engine. Ho ho ho. Which gives us more speed, even less fuel use. So 22 fuel usage with the medium range and the diesel 70,000 horsepower. Excuse my language. I fucking love this mod, by the way. If we put the long and then the steam 70,000, it's the same fuel usage. It might actually be the same fuel usage, the same range. Let's take a look here. We got, well, here, let's just take off some of these. Oh, knowing that we'll put them back later, obviously, and actually save this design. So if we replace that with the medium and the diesel, it's actually less range, less strength, more fuel usage, less speed. So we should go with the steam turbine and the long cruising radius, I think. Yeah, that looks good for me. In the future, we will add on 2 more torpedo racks. We won't actually start producing these just yet. I would also really like an anti-aircraft fire control system, but I suspect that we're not able to get those until we've invented something down here. Maybe, or is it a ship technology? When can we start getting some more of these, by the way? 2 years, right. We're also going to want better engines. This gives improved AA control. Right, yeah. I would like this before we start building them, so we can get improved direct to fire and basic AA control. 10% is not insignificant at all. Let's start working on that. Cool. So in 90 days, we will commission our first raiding class cruisers. That seems good. These guys have probably lost a fair amount of equipment in this battle. But, I mean, maybe not. We'll see. I mean, they started at low strength anyway. Cool. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was, like, that was spectacular. I really enjoyed that. This mod is superb. I can't believe I never tried it before. So we're going to decommission the Nuremberg. There's the Reichsautobahn. Don't show outdated. And we're not going to build pocket battleships for now, I don't think. And we will build a version of this designed to be a capital ship, but we probably won't build any, at least not yet. Next focus, even more infrastructure. Seems pretty good. It's December. We really could do with a really short focus because we're going to be able to do Anschluss come the 23rd of January. So we have 50 days actually. That's pretty much just a normal focus, really. Let's do this. Let's order the Bismarck and the Tirpitz. Let's see how those actually work and whether we actually have to build them. I suspect we will, but if it gives me a free design, I mean, that's pretty good, right? More military parades. We always need more political power right now, so that's fine by me. Excellent. Army experience, still getting up there. Perhaps we work on the Panzer Division. I feel like maybe these should be mechanized instead. Like, it is just strictly better. Yes, it's more expensive, but I think it is also just strictly better, like, across the board. It's a bit heavier, but not by much. Yeah. Let's fully mechanize this, and let's add in some more for just even more organization. Organization is usually the bottleneck on Panzer divisions, in my limited experience. Organization across the board is a lot lower in this mod, which I like. It makes the battles, usually anyway, it makes them shorter. Especially, like, when they're overwhelmingly one-sided, basically, they are shorter. When they're not, they can still drag out. But I like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, especially kind of historically for the period. One-sided fights were often very short in this period. If you guys want to try and help break in there. But actually, let's let these guys get a bit of a planning bonus here. They could do with a moment to gather themselves. So we've got these guys coming out in 5 days, and those are the ones we're going to start producing. There's Construction 2, which unlocks a world of possibilities that we will immediately start digging into, beginning with the one that gives me access to dockyard construction speed. So let's go on those infrastructural works, please. I have a research slot available. I don't believe you, and I am in fact correct. You guys all orging back up nicely and strengthening up indeed. Yeah, we should let them rest until their strength recovers, really. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, there's our new plane. This research slot. Honestly, starting on some more dive bombing, maybe. Some tech here could be good. Oh, I also definitely need... Well, that's only sub-torp attack. It's less useful than it could be. Dual-purpose batteries, I don't know if we need them because we're going to be trying to stay out in the Pacific. Obviously, we have to break out to the Pacific, but yeah. Shell dies, obviously, highly valuable. But I think I'm going to try and research these with naval experience, if I can get away with it. I probably don't want this, because the consumer goods factory is just so painful. Chemical industry giving us synthetic refinery construction speed is handy. It's pretty quick, too. Production efficiency base, but more vulnerability. Yeah, I'll take that. I think we're going to be able to defend ourselves pretty well. I intend on doing a AA, defense system across a lot of our area. Oh, hey, look, we've built our first tungsten thing, and now we're actually stockpiling tungsten. How cool is that? Very cool, Christo. I agree. Let's try and use it, shall we? So, cease importing tungsten. We now have a 14 deficit. Does it just auto-use it? No. I think I output. Storage output 6. 120. It does say somewhere, can take a while to update. Are we seeing a tungsten shortage right now? Yes. You click on it here, and then you press this button. Shift press this button. Right click this button. Okay, I don't know how that works. I will ask about that and hopefully be able to inform you in the next episode. For now, it's just import from Portugal. Goes for your plan. Second year is started. Involves much other things to reduce your unemployment. Yeah. So do you want the second year, which is the same thing but more significant, or no plan this year? The construction speed is less useful than it was. I don't think it's worth 4% factory output, honestly, for 12% construction speed on light aircraft factories. So let's do no need for the plan this year. We have enough for a change. Let's grab ship designer. Maybe not yet. Tank designer probably would be the right play. We were thinking about going to most industries here. No, the construction speed is just too nice. I could re-raise the taxes, but that would start hitting our stability pretty hard. I think an infantry equipment designer is going to become useful very soon. Hugo Boss. I know it's historical, but it's still funny to me. 15% research time. Why would you ever choose Mouser? And we can do motorized instead, which actually gives industrial research time as well. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Interesting. So, we can't do that yet anyway. We'll get Hugo Boss, sure. Oh, wait, that's just uniforms research time. Up, down. Damn it. We're going to have to switch off that. Mouser. Well, it's only for small arms. Uniforms are also useful. We'll probably live with that mistake. That's okay. We'll look damn good while we're living with the mistake. So let's finish off building the Cruiser Raider class. And they will name themselves after historical... Oh, no. Yeah. German mythology. Heck yeah. Let's get those large, medium torpedoes saved in there. Any other changes? Yeah, we're just waiting on that last tech. 3 more days. Their skills and training, that's going to help out a great deal. Do we want these? Entrenchment speeds, not hugely valuable. The weekly stability here would allow us to do new and better laws, which is pretty important. Retention and repair speed, not very important. Monthly population, not bad. Monthly population, party popularity stability modifier, not sure what that means. The output here is also great. Let's do the output here, and then on another tech we'll get the monthly stability here, and that should counter the pain from the military production that's going to cause. You guys strengthened up yet? They're getting there. Let's do a few more fights. We could do with the XP. So what's the next thing we want to build? Well, with these cruisers, we're basically not using destroyers. Do we build heavy cruisers? I think we don't. I think once we get the 1940 heavy cruisers, maybe we build a few of those. But until then, I'm prepared to just wait, basically. I don't think we want any of these. These guys at about 5.2 thousand cost. How long do you reckon that's going to take? Like comparing it to the Hipper. The Hipper costs 7,000. We built that in a year and a half. It's not too bad, honestly. That's not too bad at all. Good. That bodes well. We have a supply problem. Are we encircled? No. Why is there a supply problem here? Or just edge provinces because of this one? Oh, nice. Guderian has gained enough experience in recent battles. He gains a skill increase of 1 to dot. Nice. He just got a lot of bonus experience. See, that's why we send him over instead of an infantry guy. Look at this man. He's a mad lad. He's got a lot of experience right there. You guys would really like it if you attack from up here. So we had better supply situation. Good. Anything else I should be doing? Not really. Right, those Bismarck-class battleships are coming very soon. Someone said, please build the Bismarck. Here you go. Commenter whose name I've forgotten. I will indeed build the Bismarck for you. Right, I didn't switch over my airplane production, which we really ought to do. So this prototype, we can switch off that and onto the fighter itself. And I really think it's going to need a drop tank, because it's terrible range. And then even more fuel capacity. I'm told reliability doesn't matter. I hope to God you're right. I know that agility matters. This, I think, is probably what we're going to go with. Oh, the canopy actually gives a ton of agility. Let's go with that. Airframe, also a ton of agility. Maybe even worth getting less fuel capacity for. 400 kilometer range is not terrible. Let's start with that. Go for it. And there's the horrible production efficiency hit, which is why we didn't go straight to it. So there's the Bismarck class battleships. Did cause some world tension. I forgot about that. What next? Probably something industrial. 500% reduced ahead of time penalty for fuel cans. I don't think fuel cans we can actually access yet. I think it's too far down. Oh no, actually we could if we had the ahead of time penalty reduction. What does that give you? Army fuel capacity. Okay, so good for long pushes. I think we'll just get some more infrastructure helping us out with a lot of our constructions. Seems very valuable. Getting these research storages, by the way, may not seem like the most important time, but basically anytime you're not storing it, you're wasting it, is my opinion. So I think it's gonna be very valuable. The Fritsch affair. The Blomberg-Fritsch affair began soon after the marriage. War Minister Blomberg. The Bern police discovered she had a long criminal record and paused for pornographic photos. How dare she? Previously being a convicted prostitute, was registered as a prostitute for the files of 7 German cities. Okay. So we can appoint someone new who's going to be gain political power and gain stability. Okay. So replacing Fitch. This guy, who sucks. Of course we're not going to keep him. Okay, yeah, we'll replace him. That's fine. Which gives us this guy who has more speed. Nice. The dismissal of Nerth. Nerth is our foreign minister. This guy here. If we replace him with von Ribbentrop, we get more political power. Although I think we already had that. Yeah. We get lower justified wartime. We get more fascism support. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. But we don't lose political power. Sounds fine by me. Hey, Ribbentrop, rather. Have you got any pact ideas off the top of your head? I feel like you and a guy called Malentrop or Malatov. Is it Malatov? Malatov sounds more German. It's probably more likely. We do want a tank designer. I want someone across the board. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, and 5. More armor across the board. Yeah, armor is very valuable. So let's grab him. You're losing fuel now. Ah, is that perhaps because we instantly got those battleships? No, there's a Hipper. We just built that. We built that with the sweat of our brow. So I guess it did actually just order the construction of the battleships. Yes, here they are. A Bismarck class. Okay, and it turns out the Bismarck in this game is being classed as a... Yeah, it is being classed as a full-on battleship. So here's the Scharnhorst. We've got 2 Bismarcks commissioned. I suppose I'll decommission the old one. What are we looking at here? Big guns. And thick freaking armor. Okay. Well, I don't like it. It's quite expensive. How long would it take for you to produce this bad boy? If I gave you the factories. You could have it done by June of 40. No, I'm not interested actually. Really. And I shouldn't have been producing these for so long. In fact, this one I'm going to cancel. I'm not interested in the big battleship. I mean, how fast are you? He's pretty fast, actually, because he's got a freaking 160,000 horsepower engine. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Show me the Scharnhorst, though. Scharnhorst has good speed still. Good speed. Yeah, I think I am going to build these. I think we're going to build a glorious surface raiding fleet. And I know I'm splitting my attention now, which is a bad idea. Yeah, concentrate our efforts on these. That seems pretty fun, honestly. Let's cancel that line to give ourselves another factory there. And we'll diminish some of these lines. I think we will import the chromium necessary. Or I could just delay this one because we won't want it until 40 anyway, because that's when we have the other ones coming in. Yeah, that works nicely. Okay, 3 big capital ships to go alongside our fleet of Raider-class cruisers. Yeah, that works. I like that. Okay, you guys can go back up to nice numbers of factories, and we'll keep the higher numbers at the top. Good. Awesome. Alrighty then. Yes, it didn't give us them for free. I shouldn't have deleted that other one. Now I think about it, of course, it did have like a 3rd progress, but still, these guys are a lot better. They are a lot more expensive though. Good God. Now they have got. Oh, please don't crash. Oh no, our first crash. I really hope I had autosaves on. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode. I will have sorted this out. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.